Hey, welcome back to the Fit to Survive channel. So what we have here is another sling bag from Nitecore. So this is the Nitecore SLB05. And so it is a 2-liter bag. And so you can see it's pretty small, pretty compact. It's 8.7 inches by 6.3 inches and right about 2 inches thick. And so it's actually the smallest of Nitecore's bags. And so basically they had the Sling Bag 02, so SLB02, which is kind of a larger messenger style bag. I won't go through all of this. I've reviewed this before. But anyways, you can see it's a larger bag, kind of larger frame to it. Then they had, and actually I use the Sling Bag, the SLB02 quite often. Then they had the SLB03, which also has had a lot of use already. You might be able to tell this has been worn quite a bit. But anyways, this is the SLB03. And so quite a bit different setup than the SLB02. Another really cool bag. I like the size, but again, we're not gonna get into this. And then they had the SLB04, which was definitely not nearly as much into my style. And I think it's getting pretty close to man purse looking. It's really thin. The material is not the same, doesn't have that look, in my opinion. In fact, the only time I ever used this was I've carried it in my backpack as basically like a backup carry in case I needed to carry more items than I had planned for, because it's easy to roll up and carry with you. So anyways, that's the SLB04. And so this is the SLB05. It's the next up in their basically their sling bag generation here. And I have tried this out. I've used this already quite a bit, and I am really enjoying the bag already a lot. The size is pretty good. Let's go ahead and I'll get into the rest of the details about it. So it's a light bag. This is just like 275 grams. So just around half a pound, maybe just over half a pound. So it's pretty light. It's made of 500D and 600D Cordura. Basically it's nylon. And so basically what you'd expect from a bag of this size and style basically. And one of the cool things about it is it has basically 3 ways of carrying it. So the first and most obvious is it can be used as a sling bag. Okay, so you have this strap right here. So you can carry it over your shoulder, and then there's different methods of carrying a sling bag. I'm sure you guys know that. And so the really good thing about it is that if you don't want to carry this like a sling bag, this is removable, just like that. And basically you can take off this strap, in which I'm going to go ahead and do that so it's not bothering us for the rest of the video. All right, so that's one method of carrying it. Then the other way of carrying it, you'll see up top is it has a really good handle. Now this is a good improvement because the SLB03 and 02, they could only be worn over your shoulder, or you had to just basically hold on to the strap. And so if you ever wanted to hold it in your hand, like a handbag, then it didn't have a dedicated handle. This does. And so I really like that. And in fact, when I carry this, that's usually what I do is I carry it by the handle. I find that'd be the most convenient carry method for me. But again, I really like that Nitecore added the option. If you want, you can just slide this under this molly strap kind of style here. And then the handle is removable. I'm not going to do that right now, but basically you guys get the concept there. So that's cool they have that. And then the next method for carrying this is actually as a utility pouch. And so these here in the back, it's kind of funny because when I was just opening this up out of the bag and I was kind of just checking it out for myself, I thought that this was supposed to clip into the back, kind of like that. And I was wondering, what for. But anyways, it's not, even though it looks like it should fit. So anyways, what this is it's for attaching this to a molly system. And so what you do is you pinch it and it pulls open, and you can snap it open. And what you do is you just simply run this through the straps on the molly, and then it clicks back down, and then that snaps into place, just like that. I'll go ahead and pick this up higher so you can see maybe a little bit better the whole system. And so it's a really nice, simple method for attaching this, basically modular, to a backpack, for example. I know that Nitecore has several backpacks, and in fact I've reviewed like 2 or 3 of them already now. And so this is pretty cool because with the bag being as small as it is, I can see this being really handy, attaching this to your backpack. And then once you get to where you're going, you could disconnect this, and then this will be modular. You can take it off. So a really cool method of carrying this bag with the 3 different options. And again, they have added the option where if you do not want this on there, this is removable. I'm not going to fidget with it right now. It'll bore you guys. But anyways, you just slide it up and down off of this molly strap. All right. And so I think it's great that they have the different methods of carrying it. Plus, you can remove each method. So if you don't like the handle up top, take it off. If you don't like the strap, take it off. If you don't like this, take it off. And so really cool. And now then, around the bag, you'll see they have kind of a molly system all around it with these nylon loops You can see everywhere. I'm not sure exactly what I would attach to a small MOLLE system like this. If you guys have any ideas, I'd like to hear your thoughts about that. But anyways, they did add that option, and I think it just keeps the whole like tactical look to the bag, you know, trying to avoid the whole man purse look. All right, so the next thing interesting is here in the front, you have this large section of Velcro. Now, I use it for carrying some patches, and so I put my American flag on there, my patch, and some other patches. So it's just pretty cool. I like carrying patches like that. I think on their website, they had a concept of you could attach like a pocket organizer, the type that has the Velcro on the back. You attach that in the front, but I wouldn't personally want that to be on the front of the bag. I prefer my tools to be somewhere inside. Another idea I had was Nitecore has this NU06 LE light, which on the back it has the Velcro. And so if you wanted, you could attach this to it. And it actually holds on really good. And then this has different colors. I've shown this different times before. It has a white LED light, a green one, a red one, a blue one. You can do blue and red, kind of like police style. So anyways, you could attach something like this if you wanted some extra light, or just, you know, have like a blinking light if you're walking at night or riding at night. But anyways, I find it to be just a tidbit too large and awkward looking. And so I personally wouldn't carry it that way once I get it set up. All right, so moving on to the inside. The next thing you'll see is it has 3 pockets in the front. And so you have the 2 large identical pockets. And then right in the middle, almost hidden, is a dedicated pin basic pocket here. So you hold your pin there. And so well thought out doing that. On the inside, again, you have almost identical pockets. You can see here. So 2 more pockets on the inside. I do kind of wish that Nitecore would do maybe like an orange interior. On one of their backpacks, they did that, where the inside of the backpack was orange. It just makes it so much more, I guess, like pleasant to be able to look into a bag, and you have just the extra color in there. It makes it easier to see your items and your gear, and just kind of makes some contrast to the bag. This whole back section here, it's kind of like between like a felt, but it also works as Velcro. And so, for example, if you wanted to attach the flash on the inside, you could do that, and you'll see, and you can hear the Velcro sticks really well to that, which you could use this for a concealed carry, because I know there are some holsters that also have the Velcro, so you could attach to that. Or also going back to the concept of a pocket organizer with a Velcro, you could stick on there to give you some more options as far as like elastic loops, because that is something that this bag lacks. It doesn't have like elastic loops. And when I show you how I basically set up the bag, you'll see that I use some pocket organizers in these pockets to carry my gear. All right, so I think I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is 2 liters capacity on the inside. So you're not gonna be able to carry a whole lot, depending on the size of your tablets and stuff. You know, like I said, the dimensions is just like 8 inches long. And so it's not very large, but when you need to carry it, just a small amount of gear, it's a really great bag for that. All right, so what we'll do next is I'll go ahead and I'll show you how I would set this up for a light urban carry, and then we'll continue the video from there. All right, so I've loaded it up with kind of a light urban carry. So you see I put some patches here on the front. Of course, got American flag, Nitecore's celebration flag, patch basically here. Morale patch from when they celebrated 15 years. And there's my patch. These will be available here pretty soon again on my website. All right, so what I've done, yeah, it's kind of cool how it flips around, the flag's still there. All right, anyways, so what I've done is mostly because of the design of these pockets, instead of putting like loose gear in here, I found it most convenient to place items like my tin kit. That way, basically, if I want to carry this bag, I can just toss the kit in there, and I don't have to worry about, you know, individually packing the gear either. There are a couple things I want to open this up, and I'll show you, because I have reviewed this before, but I changed it, just a couple of items that you guys might be interested in seeing. I guess kind of like a small little update of that. So you see right up top, I have some painkillers inside. Then the Leatherman Squirt. These are unfortunately now then they are going out of, well, I guess they are out of stock. Leatherman has discontinued them. So this is one of the things that I changed. In the original kit that I did not carry a lighter. Instead, now I have this clipper. And this actually was recommended by some of you, my viewers, my subscribers, because in most of my kits I was carrying this small little Bic. And so several of you had commented saying, hey, you should check out the clipper. And so it's pretty cool. I do like it. Thank you to those who recommended this. I guess one of the major pros about the clipper is that it is refillable. So down below, whenever this runs out of gas, you can fill it up. You can also adjust the flame, whereas on this small Bic, it is neither refillable, nor can you adjust the flame. So anyways, that's one of the things that I've added to this tin kit. Other than that, I've also changed the flashlight. Originally I had the small little O-light flashlight. I can't remember the model list off the top of my head. Anyways, so I put in this Phoenix. This is their E18R. That's their second version. I love the color of this. The black and kind of this like bronze accents together really makes it really nice. As you can see, it fits really well into this tin kit. Does not take up that much space. And it has a max output of 1200 lumens, which again, for its size is really good. You can see, and that is like super bright for a small flashlight like that. Really like that. Another thing is that you can lock it out. And so since it's in the tin kit, there's a good chance that the button's gonna get pressed. And so a simple double click will put this locked out. And you'll see when you push the button, it just blinks saying, hey, I'm locked out. Another thing about it is it does come with a pocket clip. So if you wanted, it's got a pocket clip. But since I'm carrying it in this case, every bit of space matters. And so I went ahead and removed that pocket clip. And one more thing to note about it is that it also has a magnet on the end. And so if I need to pull this out and hang it somewhere, basically that magnet in the back will come in handy. This is USB Type-C rechargeable also. So you see right there, it's got a port for that. It's really convenient to have that. So it's overall really cool flashlight, nice and bright. It's got several settings. It's got strobe, it's got the SOS, the lockout. Really an amazing little flashlight. And best thing about it is it fits so well into this kit. All right, so the rest of it basically is the same as it was before. If you've seen that already, I'll go ahead and do a real quick rundown. Basically, I have the compressed towelettes. These are the tabs. Basically, you pour a little water on them, and it basically grows into a little basically a napkin, or if you can make it real wet, like a wet wipe. Right, there's some small little gear here, some matches, the can opener, safety pin. Also have lip balm, triple antibiotic ointment, a small sewing kit. I have some iodized salt, got from Arby's there. All right, some Kevlar string. I like adding this to all of my kits. You guys have probably noticed that by now. Same thing goes for the camping soap. These are small little sheets of soap. I also really love adding these to my kits because naturally it's a bit of soap there if you need to wash your hands. Or then I have a small basis of ink cartridge with some Gorilla tape and some electrical tape wrapped around that to save some space. And then inside, I'm not going to pull this out, but basically that is a large Band-Aid. Down below that is a small Band-Aid and a piece of paper with some emergency contacts. And on the inside, you'll see a striker for the matches. All right, so it's basically some small gear, stuff that can come in handy, while you're like in an urban kind of environment. Go ahead and put this in here real quick. It probably won't fit as well since I didn't take the time to organize it. But anyways, so like I said, the advantage of using the tin kit is that with this pocket, the way it's set up, it makes it a really easy way to carry the gear in there without having to have loose gear. All right, in the middle, right here in this little, you'll see the third pocket. It's kind of hard to notice with these two pockets. There's a dedicated kind of like pin slot there. And so I figured it was really appropriate to use the Nitecore. This is the NTP31. And so the cool thing about this is it's really fidgety. You have this bolt action right here. So you have your pin comes out this side, and whereas if you go up, you have a window breaker. So it's like a carbide tip, if I remember correctly. Really fidgety, really lightweight. It's a really nice pin there from Nitecore. Over here I have basically just a power bank. I like this power bank because it's so thin. I am looking for something maybe a bit smaller, something that would fit better into a pocket like this, but I don't want to be super thick. So if you guys have any ideas for that, be sure in the comments to let me know any ideas that you have for that. All right, then moving on to the inside. Now, like I usually do with these messenger style bags or sling bags, I try to leave the main compartment empty. And so you can see here, this section is completely empty because generally if I'm carrying a sling bag like this, it's not just to carry my EDC gear or some kind of urban carry, but actually I have something else I need to be carrying, whatever the day is, whatever the job is. And so I left this empty. So again, there's plenty of space if you wanted to add something to it. So what I did is, again, the same concept as on the outside, since the pocket is not very, doesn't have like any kind of loops or straps for organizing gear. I used the Nitecore. This is their NPP10, if I remember correctly. I think it stands for like pocket pouch. So anyways, this makes it a little easier. It's kind of like an organizer. That's what I call it, basically a pocket organizer. So you have this, it's the O-Tackle 2. just a little pry bar. It's all titanium, and it has this little copper accent right there. So pretty cool. Pry bar. All right, then you have the USB to Type-C cable. Of course, that goes with the power bank there. Right in the back is the Write in the Rain notepad. Hopefully you guys know the advantages of that. It's got waterproof pages in it. Right in here in the front, I just grab some small items to carry some small gear. Well, not necessarily small, but just a few items. So this is from SRM Knives. You see there. This is their, I think it's like their 7228 is the name of this model. I've actually reviewed one just like this before, but it was yellow. It's pretty cool. This one has micarta scales, and so if you like that whole micarta, that kind of canvas look, that's basically what these handles are made out of. And so the block is ambidextrous, and so accessible from either side. If you're right-handed, basically, or if you're left-handed, the exact same concept. So it's right there in the middle. Also, the pocket clip is ambidextrous, but it's a really cool method where you basically pinch it, and you pull it up, or push it up in this case, and then it can be simply inserted on this side, and it's left-handed. So that's kind of cool. I like the action of the blade here. The blade, I can't remember right now exactly what steel it had. It just slipped my mind. Anyways, I'll put that into the description of the video. But it's like the action where you can get some good action with your thumb. If you prefer to do it with your middle finger, you can get that going good. Also, it may require some, maybe some work with your wrist. Another thing I noticed with the SRM, something I pointed out when I reviewed the yellow one, is that with a good flick of your wrist, you can get it to open without touching the thumb stud or anything at all. So it's kind of cool. It makes it really fidgety, fun to mess with. And then I have some chapstick. It's Burt's Bees. I think right now it's probably my favorite chapstick that I carry at EDC. All right, then the Knipex. These are the Cobra XS. So these are the smaller ones, smallest ones they have. And so some really, really great pliers and a really great size. I can get like basically 3 fingers on this side, and so it's more than enough grip for me. I use my pinky usually to open it back up, and so you're going to get the same amount of leverage as you would with a full-size pair of pliers, but nonetheless, it can fit into a small little pocket organizer like this, and so that's already a major advantage. All right, then on the inside, I have some more Band-Aids, as you can see here, some larger ones. I really love the Cured brand. This Pro Performance, I think is the name of these particular ones. It comes with this really great texture. Basically, it's kind of like almost like a material. And so it's really tough, really sticky. And so I like that. All right, go and slide this back in here. And one thing I will point out is that this pocket pouch, this Nitecore NPP10, it's just a bit tight to fit into this inside pocket, especially after you get the gear in there. And so it does take some wiggling, some forcing it to get it into place. All right, then over here, what I simply placed was just the wallet. Now, I just reviewed this just a couple of days ago. This is from Garista. And so I won't go over a whole lot of this again, but basically I just thought, you know, if I was doing an urban carry with this bag, you know, I might carry some kind of wallet maybe like this. And so as you can see here, you got the front panel. It's kind of transparent if you want your work ID. One of the things I pointed out when I was reviewing this is that you can fit the Cold Forged. This is the knife and fork from Cold Forged. Again, it's something I like carrying. Pretty cool. And it's credit card size, and so it fits perfectly into this minimalist wallet. All right, and then the last thing that I fit on the inside here was the Nitecore. This is their MH12S. So it's a flashlight. It's gonna be a bit stronger than what I have in the tin kit. And so brighter. You can go through the different settings that way. Anyways, I have reviewed this before also, so I won't go through the whole details and specs about that. If you're interested, be sure to check that review out. So anyways, I thought it would fit really well here in this side pocket next to the wallet without taking up a whole lot of space. And then, like I said, then it leaves the inside section there. It's freed up for whatever else you want to carry. All right, so this bag, it costs, like I said, $70. And so if you are interested, be sure to check that out. Let me know what you think about the bag overall. Let me know what you think about basically my light urban carry that I chose to add to it. Maybe something that you would change, maybe something you would add. And thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.